Hi, everybody. Welcome again to our virtual resiliency project. My name is Sarah Schulman. As you know, I'm the director and founder of the Resiliency Project that runs out of the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts. And our mission is to empower our colleagues in the healthcare field to learn how to take care of themselves first and foremost. And so we're trying to cut these down short and sweet so that you can have actual practices that you can come onto our website, onto our Facebook page, and just do the practices that we offer. So I am so excited to be introducing you once again to Cynthia Wood for she does an osteopathically based form of body work called orthobionomy. And if you are watching from the Brigham, most likely you have had the honor of knowing her and having a session with her during your busy day. Unfortunately, she's not coming into the hospital anymore at this time, but she has a lot of wisdom to offer us. And so thank you so much, Cynthia, for coming. And if you could just talk just very briefly about orthobionomy, and if people wanted more access to you, what's going on during this time, and then also teach us the practice that you have to offer today. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thanks, Sarah. Let me see. If people wanted to have access to me, they could go to my website, and I can work distance work energetically, and I can also help with self-care home exercises that will suit whatever's happening in their body right
Good.
at the moment. And I look
We'll
forward to
we'll
coming
post
back
that
into
on
the
our
program
Facebook
when the
page.
time is right. What?
Oh, sorry. We'll post your address on our Facebook page.
Great. So what I wanted to do today was show just one of those self-care exercises that helps a lot. The way orthobionomy works, generally speaking, is by using movements and positions that gently and comfortably exaggerate the body's imbalance, make it even bigger. And that lets the body perceive it. Once the body can experience, perceive, feel specifically what the imbalance is, it triggers its own self-correcting reflex, and the body naturally moves itself to a more balanced state. So rather than trying to correct the body or make it straight, we go ahead and take it a little bit further out of balance and then give it the opportunity to correct itself. It works great.
Great. Okay.
Okay. So to do this exercise, this is an exercise for the hips, for the ilium, and you're going to want to stand up for a moment. This exercise is great if you have hip pain, low back pain, shoulder pain. It's great to do if you're about to go for a walk, if you're on your feet all day at the hospital, if you're at the computer and your shoulders are getting up towards your ears, if you're just dealing with stress and not in your body. This just takes a moment. I wouldn't do it more than a couple of times at once. And then just go on about your day and don't worry about it. So the first step is to just stand up, put your hands at your hips, let your knees be a little bit soft. You just don't want them locked. And then you're going to bring just one hip forward or the other hip forward. So I'm not, twisting my whole body as much as just bringing one hip forward and the other hip forward. And the question is it more natural or easier to bring one hip forward than the other? What do you think, Sarah? Any preference? Is one way easier, more comfortable?
Bring the left hip forward.
Great. And for me, it's the right hip forward. So whichever hip is more comfortable going forward, you're going to hold that hip forward. So I have my hand behind my hip and I'm pushing it forward. Okay? And with my other hand, I'm going to hold the other hip back. So I'm exaggerating what was most comfortable and natural in my hips. What we're going to do then is, while holding this position, walk for about 5 steps, and then let your hands go, let your hips go, and just keep walking. The keeping walking allows for the self-correction. So both parts are important. So it's just going to look like this. We're just going to walk for about 5 steps. And ideally, I wouldn't have to turn around, but I do. And then just keep walking. Oh, there it goes. And come on back. And now you can kind of recheck that. Let your knees be soft again. Put your hands on your hips and just see, is that hip still more comfortable being forward than the other? Or are they closer? Or did they switch? If you don't have a preference, don't worry about it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Cool.
So if one hip is still more comfortable, what did you find, Sarah?
That they were pretty similar.
Great. So if they're pretty similar, you could also see if it's more comfortable to push your hips side to side, to this side or this side. A lot of us stand a little bit more on one leg than the other. You can do any combination that's comfortable or natural for you. And I feel pretty balanced myself. I feel pretty balanced. Once you have your hips in a balanced position, whatever that might be, you know, if it's forward, push it forward and hold the other back. If it's to the side, hold it to the side. Whatever feels most comfortable. Then you can use your shoulders. Is one shoulder more comfortable coming forward than the other? Oh, most definitely. And you can combine them. So you're holding your hips in the position that's comfortable, while you bring the shoulder that's most comfortable being forward. So I'm going to bring this shoulder forward. My hips are pretty good. I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to walk. You get to look pretty funny. And then you let that go and keep walking. Oh, there it goes. Feel my other shoulder come forward.
Yeah.
And how is that now? Is that more balanced, one shoulder to the other?
Yeah, that's really like a release.
That's great. So that's a great, simple little exercise that you can do. Just takes, I don't know, less than a minute, and then go right into your shift.
Awesome.
That's all you do.
Wonderful.
And I'm going to post that in writing in case that makes it easier as well.
Perfect. I get a lot of tension in my shoulder, like right in one specific place. Will that be helpful for that?
Yes, it really tends to be. It's a funny thing, you know, our shoulders balance on top of our hips. So having the hips be more balanced really helps reduce the strain in the shoulders. So addressing the hips and then even adding the shoulders into it can help a lot.
Great, great, great. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you're missed at the Brigham, and we hope we get back there soon.
Well, I really miss being there. I miss seeing everybody, and I hope everyone stays well and takes good care of themselves.
This is with love for all of you. Thank you, Cynthia.
And love to all of you too. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.